Hey family, thank you for tuning in. My name is Junko as usual, and I welcome you to this wonderful segment of Jenny Box. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like, and then share with your family members and anybody else in your network. In order not to waste your time, let's go straight into today's topic. Yeah, so today's topic is Africans in America before Columbus. Right? I chose this topic because I consider it to be very important because there's been this narrative that's been going on for a while now. That African Americans history started when the slaves were brought in by the Spanish and the Portuguese traders during the transatlantic slave trade. You get me? So um, the truth is, it's not true because blacks have been around in the Americas for a very, very long time, even before Columbus stepped foot into America. So this video is to shed some light on the matter. Yeah. Christopher Columbus did not discover America, right? Make it make sense. How can a person discover a place when the inhabitants of the place watch you arrive? Come on, guys. This is completely flawed. You understand? And also, black people, as we know it, as old as time. You understand? And their civilized world could be traced down to the early centuries. And science and religion has proved this to be a fact. You understand? The works of one of the most prestigious and prolific scientists the world has ever produced, Sheikh Anta Diop of Senegal, has proven beyond reasonable doubt scientifically that what black people are the first humans on earth. You understand? Well, some could say that I'm a religious person, I don't believe in science and all that. Well, guess what? The two most popular religions in the world, Islam and Christianity, have also supported that claim. You understand? Well, I do not want to digress from the topic. So if you want references, you could comment that you want the references that I can give you under the comment section. But before then, let's continue. Anyways, the conventional history reported that Christopher Columbus came into America on 12 October 1492, right? But guess what? He came into Africa 1482, through to 1485. You understand? And some historians said he heard about America when he stepped foot into Africa. You understand? Because he himself wrote in his diary that, he heard about a continent somewhere. He heard about a land somewhere, right? In his own diaries. You get my point? So meaning the Africans he came into contact with when he was in the land of Africa might have told him about it. You understand? So this history has been distorted, and I don't get it. But let's just go inside of it. This history also tells us that the first Africans to step foot in America was the enslaved Africans that were brought in by the Portuguese and the Spanish traders, during the transatlantic slave trade, right? But the truth is that it's not true because research have proven that some black people have been living in the Americas for a very long time, like more than 1,000 years before the coming of Christopher Columbus, right? And first of all, let's start with Columbus, right? Columbus himself knew that the African mariners preceded him in America, right? Anyway, so in his diary of his second voyage, he described how the inhabitants of Hispaniola, gave him a golden tip of a metallic spear, and then they said those spears were brought in by some dark-skinned people in big boats, from the southeastern part. You understand me? And eventually, Christopher Columbus took this spearheads back to Spain, to have it essayed. Yeah, so after getting it essayed, the results came out that the spearheads were, you know, alloys of 32 parts, 18 of gold, 6 of silver, and then 8 of copper. You know, this is so intriguing because it was new to them because they didn't know anything like that existed. But guess what? This particular spearhead matches the exact same thing the West Africans used for thousands of years. You know, the Moors used it. The Mali Empire warriors used it. You understand? And this particular weapon is used by medieval warriors. You understand me? And also it's, I mean, they call it guanine. You understand? The West Africans call it guanine. And guess what? The natives of Hispaniola also call the same weapon guanine. You understand? So the link is clear. So clear before our eyes. We just gotta go search for it. That's it. Yeah, one thing you need to understand is that Columbus landed in the Caribbean by mistake. You get me? He first landed in the Bahamas, a small island called the Bahamas, and after which he tried, 3 different trips, but only to appear back into Bahamas. You understand? So he was literally lost. We can put it that way. That he was lost until finally, he got to the shores of Hispaniola. You understand me? Yeah. And as usual, they received them with with warm hugs and all that. I mean, they welcome him and his people. I mean, wholeheartedly. But we all know what happened in the end. Well, that's a topic for another day. And also, a supported claim is that the original people that discovered America, happened to come from the Asian part of the world, and that was about 15,000 years ago. You know, before Columbus. So it makes no sense to even target to, I mean, Europe, because Europe is miles away from even getting close uh, to America at the time. So Africans were not just brought in from Africa, or I mean brought in as slaves from Africa. I mean, they've been in America for several centuries, even before colonization. You understand? So it makes no sense to say that the African American history starts from when the slaves were brought into America. And also finally or secondly, our ancestors made sure to leave a mark where they stayed, where they moved to. You understand? So with that being said, I'm gonna upload certain pictures of ancient findings our ancestors left behind, so that misinformation will not be spreaded among us. You understand? So that shows us how smart our ancestors were, right? So the photos are gonna be coming up soon. Hope you enjoy. Also, an African historian called Naba, Naba, it's a Dogon, right? So he said that Africans, I mean the black Africans also moved to the northern part of America, but because it was so cold over there, they could not live there, and also they could not grow certain crops over there, so that they would need, I mean, to complete their livelihood. So they had to move back down to the southern parts. Yeah. So that will be all for now, and thank you guys for being available. Thanks for watching to the last minute. I appreciate your time, and if you're new and haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the post notification sign as well, so that you can get notified whenever I post a video. All right, thank you, and I love you guys. Bye.